Introducing today the Psychomonkey. This here is a modded tower that comes equipped with 15 unique tiers, fully fleshed out ardent upgrades, and more. So the Psychomonkey uses psychokinesis to launch and control darts. Upgrades expand psychic powers to manipulate earth, time, or superior psychokinetic abilities. First of all, huge shout-outs to the creator, Hubor, for creating such an amazing mod that I haven't even tried out yet, but I can already tell just from the base art of this guy. Not gonna lie, it's pretty cute. But I can tell it's gonna be pretty awesome, and you can already see with the base attack, shoots really slowly, but shoots out a homing, whatever it is. Well, it's a dart, but, you know, with the power of psychokinesis, he can, you know, have it target the balloons in a nice seeking manner. Might need a bit more attack speed though, so which upgrade would give us that? Speedy kinesis in the middle path launches darts faster. Well, mind if I do? And I guess Mindbreaker too. +1 balloon layer equals pretty much double damage. What else can this Psychomonkey do? If you couldn't tell by the description of the tower, each path of the Psychomonkey, you know, has its own unique twist to it. I suppose since we already have this guy, we will go for maybe bottom path. What does Psyche Surge do? Darts can now pierce through more balloons. Not gonna lie, I feel like the pierce is already pretty good, but I'm gonna go ahead and get it anyway. Does that increase the lifespan? Because I noticed that I feel like some darts are timing out rather than hitting the pierce cap. Like, watch this dart here. Zoop. All right, that looked like it hit the pierce cap. But that one didn't. Yeah, part of that makes me assume that it's not really doing much pierce-wise. We'll drop another one down. We got 3 of each one now, which is doing a little bit better. Let's go ahead and start upgrading. Maybe we'll see top half. Unfortunately, Hypersense doesn't seem to do much other than give camo and more range, which isn't DPS. But what does do damage is Telekinespikes. I'm just gonna assume that's how it's pronounced. But it now places road spikes that can now remove camo properties. Interesting. And as you can see, every projectile so far that the Psychomonkey has dropped has a purple aura around it, whereas normally, well, the projectile itself is just simply a normal road spike or a dart. Kind of cool how such a small change goes a long way. We'll do speedy kinesis, because I would assume that would drop spikes down faster too. Doesn't seem to be very reliable on underground, unfortunately. I also don't like losing, so mind if I just do a couple cast drops here. So we can drop spike carriers down while still be able to see, well, what this tower has to offer. Keep the 1 life clutch, ideally. If balloons happen to get through the Telekinespikes, well, we got regular spikes to back up the truck. Let's take a look at Psyclone Disc. Sometimes casts a Psyclone Disc attack that jumps from balloon to balloon and strips camo and regrow. Kinda sounds like, well, like Ricochet, right? And from what I can see from it attacking there, yes, it is a Ricochet. Kinda like a Glaive Lord in the fact that it can ricochet such a long distance, even from the complete top to bottom of the map. That's sick. Is it just using the blade shooter projectile? No. If you look at its hand, it's wielding what I think is the Boomer Paragon blade, although correct me if I'm wrong about that. Like, this is not a glaive from a normal boomerang, I'm 90% sure. It kind of looks like a blade shooter at first, but it's also not that. I guess since we already have, you know, crosspath, let's finish off with diversion. Darts can sometimes distract balloons. Let's see how much distraction can do. Oh, it doesn't hit leads either. Yikes. Well, I guess the spikes in the back hole for now. The big problem I see with the Psychomonkey right now is just the attack speed is not there. While we have a nice ricochet attack, it is shooting out once every, what, 5 seconds? Like, watch here. I didn't see a single blade shoot off for a while. And sometimes I notice that, like, it doesn't ricochet properly, which makes the cooldown of it look a lot longer than it actually is. I suppose you have a lot of money, so let's take a look at Stick of Stone. Apologies to round 36 for disrupting our showcase, but Stick of Stone channels psychic power to the mighty stick to cause small quakes. Let's get it. And what does it do? Well, you can see that it kind of dropped. That's a projectile. That's kind of funny. But it looks like, at least on underground, it blends in perfectly. It actually looks like the railroad is cracked. Is it still shooting darts, by the way, or is it completely... I think that the dart's completely gone. It's changed its attack to now basically a melee attack. I use that term lightly because it's got a pretty big range, maybe a bigger range than what should be considered a melee attack. But when it drops it on the ground, okay, it's basically like another road spike. And it looks like that, like while this thing can hit, the smack attack can hit leads, leads run over the crack in the ground. What if we buy diversion? I wonder if, like, the road spikes can cause distraction. I wasn't really paying much attention. But regardless, it doesn't feel like the distraction is doing a whole lot of damage anyway. How about now, we haven't upgraded this guy yet. What does Magic Assist do? Grants 10% additional attack speed to all wizard monkeys in range. As you can see, this is the support path, but there's no wizard monkey, so I guess I'll hold off for now. Actually, I'll still buy it to show you what it looks like. Once again, can I just say, like, that splash art is so damn cute. Let's not get too distracted, though. I have round 40 to deal with. I hope I didn't get this alpha too late. Looks like we're gonna barely hang on there. But somebody tell me otherwise. Is this not the most adorable looking monkey ever? We can take a look at Sands of Time next while we're already here. Battles 2 enjoyers may recognize this upgrade, or at least name, but it has an ability. Time manipulation rewinds all nearby small balloons a few seconds into the past. That's a pretty interesting concept. Like, is it actually what it says it does? Or does it simply move balloons backwards? What I mean is, like, does the game remember where the balloons actually were a couple seconds ago? Because, like, it seems to have moved the blue and the red balloon, for example, all the way back to the entrance. Let's watch this again. I'm gonna use this ability, and all of the cerams went back to the entrance. So I guess you can't really tell there, because a few seconds in the past for all the cerams is pretty much the entrance of the track. Because it, you know, it takes like 2 seconds to get to the middle here. Let's not get distracted by the fact that we are falling behind heavily too. So Geomancer next to the tier 4 bottom path manipulates Earth to launch heavy rocks at the balloons. Does it keep the attack or what? I think it is, and there's the giant rock projectile. This is definitely not... Whoa, it's also Seeking. That's cool. But this is definitely not a projectile that exists currently in the game. It probably stole the sprite from something like, I don't know, Sulphur Springs, I forget, or Infernal even. Let me just test, because I want to see, like, what if I glue a ceram really slowly here, and then I use the ability, wait for it. I'm looking at this ceram where my cursor is, and I'm gonna go ahead and use it right now. Watch it move all the way back. Looks like it's going back to the entrance, so I think it's not as deep as I made it, like, sound like. At least on this map, it's just, it moves the balloons back to the entrance, and that's about it. Let's finish off the tier 4 showcase with Neo Blade Surge top half, because I bet this Psyclone disc is barely doing anything right now. Neo Blade Surge rapidly launches sharp knives, which weaken small ball class balloons, and sometimes swords, which penetrate all balloons and can strip fortify properties. From what I'm getting here, it's adding 2 different attacks. Does it keep the ricochet attack too? You'd probably use some of our 11k to go to the hair salon in the meantime, but definitely much faster attack speed. Suppose we'll doing strong. The ability tier 4, by the way, doesn't knock back mob class balloons, only the small stuff. From what I'm seeing, it's basically only sharp knives now, and I also want to test. If we drop a dart monkey, was it possible to see there if it's doing extra damage? I think so. Easy way to test actually is just with a sniper. I think it does plus 2 damage, because this is normally base 2. So this Neo is basically a, well, Glue Storm buff at home, except it's with its main attack. Which, now that I think about it, honestly is something that the base game itself could use. AKA something that gives extra damage while not being a pure support tower, because right now it's just in Brittlemance. Okay, Kuromoa, I guess, fits that bill. So I should clarify to say, like, projectile, rather than, you know, just an instant shot. Damn, none of these characters can have camolets, that's pretty sad. Except for the Geomancer, but it's kind of sketch at getting all the cerams in the first place. Blade Surge pretty strong, though. At least the first pretty decent upgrade I've seen. Once again, the ability here pretty much moves everything back to the front. Good utility. And a fast cooldown, too, so can definitely help save us in a punch. Ooh, leaking lives here. I actually did just see the ricocheting attack just recently, but it doesn't seem, with its low attack speed, it's not really helping a whole lot. What can we do to beat 63 Kanatsu? Because it doesn't look like these are very good against groups. We'll do an help off. Hopefully that'll do. I'll crosspat this thing too, because I forgot to. Not that it would do much though. Let's see. Ideally, I don't want to use my move time back ability right now. And it looks like we don't. That should give us enough time to build up a good amount of spikes. I'll go ahead and use this so that Wave 3 has the most amount of spikes to work with, and easy. And now onto the tier 5s. Chronomancer is the cheapest. Let's see what it does. Bends times flow, rewinding all visible balloons to their starting point. So that's pretty simple. It doesn't really need much explanation. I personally need more damage though, so maybe we'll go for the Super Riftstorm next. For $48,000, opens 2 psychic rift portals that slow down balloons and spew out barrages of knives and swords. Psyclone discs are much stronger. Translation, at least to me, sounds like it spawns 2 more of basically itself, except that itself is a portal. Not sure if it would land on the tracker. I guess we'll see. Go ahead and use this. Uh-oh, Rigo Farm. That's not good. Don't mind if I do then. Ooh, that was a clutch Super Monkey Storm. Hopefully you don't need any Super Monkey Storms though with a Rift Storm. So let's get it, and it's 2 spinning. What do you call it? Portals. Kinda like a Glaive Lord, and hot damn, that is spicy. Basically, a triple Neo thing. I already forgot what it's called. Yet again, its splash art is a 10 out of 10. These knives have also got to be a unique splash art, right? I don't recall there being any knives in, or rather a knife splash art being in any of the, like, maps of the game here, or towers. Unless Sushi Ben throws out his knives or something with one of his upgrades, but I doubt it. This is sick though. Can I also just double check real quick if it is like, it's still doing +2 damage too, which is, well, awesome. Money's also there at this point, or close to look at Golem Master, bottom path tier 5. The balloons will know what's coming for them just from the vibrations on the ground. So this is the manipulator of Earth. Let's see what we get and how we can help out our top path here. Oh, I see a giant golem on the top left. Is there any way I can change it? Like, change where it attacks? Okay, it seems to just disappear after a certain amount of time. I wonder why it's spawning in the top left, though. I guess it's a random spawn on the track. Yep, here's another one. At least it does have massive range, which is good. Also, rip camo detection. I guess I'll buy this then, just to help out a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, I can't really tell what it's doing exactly. Is it just doing a bunch of damage? Or what? Because if it is, then 8,000 is pretty bad. Is it not? I would have thought it would, like, at least stun a good amount of stuff, kind of like the T-Rex or something like that, because, I mean, if you're vibrating the ground, surely you must shooketh the balloons enough that they would stun. But no. It also seems like when I click on them, it already has 7,000 damage drop down, so maybe the spawn does damage in itself. Nope, I was wrong. Instantly. 0 damage came out there, but the next hit did 6,000. One hit did 300 here. I wonder what's with the discrepancy. My spiked mines are epically failing right now, so I think I have to move them to a spot where these EMGs won't eat them up, just so I can survive this part here. And hopefully I get Chronomancer soon so that I can actually blow back not just Rams, because it would be pretty useless. Or at least the ability's pretty useless at this point in the game. Alright, Golem, show him who's boss. Seems to do a DOT as well. I don't understand this thing. But hopefully, it does enough to hold the line here. I think the spiked mines are honestly doing more to hold the line. Okay, I'm taking a more careful look, and it does look like the Golem spawns those giant shocks in the ground. See that? That one next to the top path tier 5. That's what's doing, I suppose, the damage over time. Use Chronomancer for 98. Isn't this basically a level 20 Psy, except instead of killing the balloons entirely, it just moves them back to the entrance, like level 10 Psy, although level 10 Psy only does half of that. The cooldown is also incredibly long. Oh my god, is that like... That's gotta be worse than Sub Paragon, it seems. There was no way I was surviving that, so I restart the run. And instead of buying Chronomancer, let's overclock instead. The strongest tower, aka the Psycho top path. Come on, Riftstorm, do your thing. I also just realized that this thing is getting +2 damage the entire time from the knives, yet it still is fairly useless in the grand scheme of things. And it looks like overclock is not enough. My Chronomancer ability time, like, Sans time does not do anything here. Alright, Call to Arms might be better then, because it would help every tower. So now, extra Pierce and attack speed. Pierce is so big for parts like these. We'll do some strong turreting for whatever reason, and that reason is to actually beat the round, because I think it's helping. And Call to Arms is just so good. So good if you time it properly. So that'll do for 98, and we got Mib too, which would probably do a little bit for 99 here, I would assume. And if not, we have spiked mines to tank them. Nice. Money's there for Chronomancer, so let me see if I can still get this ability for this round, or is that not happening? Also, holy crap, we popped that BD so quickly. What even did that much damage? Was it really the knives that is good single target, or what? Well, that's cool. Now, before we run out of rounds or lives, could we at least see the Chronomancer? Good God. We bought this 2 rounds ago, and we might not even get up this round. Might we needed this round? Nope. Actually, we did need it, but we weren't going to make it in time, so another call to arms. Now I don't have for 103, but luckily, this is finally up. So only use when we're actually going to lose. I think we're going to lose right now. Yep, now. That did nothing. Oh, I thought that was going to move everything back to the entrance. Is that not what it does? Or maybe it was like a bit delayed. All visible balloons. Let's try this again. There we go. I guess we used it like too early, but that didn't seem to do much, you see. In fact, it's worse than level 10 Psy because, well, okay, it did help for the ZMGs. But it seems like balloons traveling back to a starting point, it takes as long as their balloon speed is, because those mobs went back to action immediately, but those ZMGs took their myriad time getting back to the entrance. I think we're probably dead here too again, yeah. Alright, one more thing we do before we go. I just want to see how much, like, single target this Golem Master thing can do. Oh, and I think it's definitely this thing that's doing crazy damage. Holy crap, 15,000? I guess this was supposed to be a single target tower, not a group damage option, because holy, that was quick. It's kind of funny how it works too. It just spawns on top of the bad, sits right on top of it. And real quick, how about the super riftstorm against the F-bad? This one not nearly as much DPS. It's just me also. It's not just me fast forwarding, but sometimes the portals spin faster. I guess that has to do with, well, it being like the Lave Lord does, you know, damage when it's in range. That I didn't really notice that much. In fact, I didn't realize that it slows down balloons. Can I see with like an invisible balloon? Yes, it is a tad bit slower, but not by too much. Rather a very balanced amount. Anyways, that's all for today. Once again, a 10 out of 10 mod. Big shouts out to Huber for creating it. And if you missed one of his other creations, the Army Base, then click it on it over here to see how that works.